Yo guys, Vision here, back with more Call of Duty Black Ops 7 content, and welcome back to Nuke episode number 2, where we have just gone and got a nuke on Homestead using partly the Akita and of course yet again the M15, the most overpowered and broken assault rifle in the entire game, which we managed to pick up and also get gold in this game. This was an extremely unexpected but fun gameplay, so stay tuned and let's get right into it. So welcome back to the channel, and first things first, this was a completely unintentional gameplay of me getting a nuke on Homestead. I effectively just was going around getting the point blank camo for the camo grind as we are heading towards Singularity. At the point of recording this, we haven't yet got it, but at the time you guys see in this video, we might have just got Singularity as we are getting ever so close now. And the Akita was one of the sort of final few shotguns or guns in the game that I needed to get gold, and just so happens in this game, I was going for point blanks. We died right at the very start, and then from that point onwards, I went on a bit of a rampage, realizing that I could actually probably drop a high kill game against this team or these enemies that we were shooting against, because as you can see right here, I'm simply trying to chase them down and get point blanks, get myself ever so close, and effectively I realized that these guys were not so great, and of course is why I was completely likely to drop a nuke against them, because that's what I'm meant to do, and I'm not boasting about it. It's just some pretty cool gameplay, and as I said, more proud of it because it was unexpected, and we started this off with an absolute banger using the Akita, which is something I would not have expected going into this. I didn't think that gun was even that great until this game, and then I used it from this game, used it on Nuketown and a couple of other maps, and I realized that the Akita shotgun, whilst using Gung Ho perk as your perk 3 or with dexterity using perk greed, is extremely effective and a really easy way to get those point blanks. And then of course we found the notorious M15 on the floor, the gun that seems to be my bailout, a gun I do not like using because it's so overpowered, but a gun I left till last as well in the camo grind, and it just so happened I picked this one up off the floor in this gameplay, and you can actually see later on in the in the streak in itself, you will see that I get the gold camo appear, and we end up going on like a 40 gun streak, which is pretty crazy. I think it's like 45 maybe total gun kills, which is pretty nuts, and I just thought it was definitely worth adding to the channel as a part of our nuke series, as we are trying to go out and set away after the camo grind to get a nuke on every single map in all of Black Ops 7, and that will include of course seasonal maps that they add at a future point. And depending on how Black Ops 7 stays, if it remains fun, I might just go for a nuke with every single primary weapon. I'm not going to do the pistols, maybe I could, I don't know, but definitely not the launchers or the melees, but we might go for a nuke on all of the primary weapons in the game, who knows. It's a part of the nuke series, and I guess I'm counting this as more of an Akita nuke, because considering I started the game with an Akita, we got to a merciless and got the hop using just the Akita shotgun. I'm going to technically class it as an Akita one, but that's not really the point. The gameplay should speak for itself. You can see that some of these guys do shoot back, but for the most part they're pretty easy players, and like I said, I'm not judging. I am meant to drop high kill games against these guys, or at least high streaks, and just it happens in this game that I found an M15 and we go on a little bit of a nuke streak and tick this map off that list, so that once I complete the camo grind online for Singularity, I will eventually start creating more nuke series by hopefully using different guns, whether it's an assault rifle all the way through to maybe a pistol. But we'll have to just see how Black Ops 7 plays out in terms of longevity. I hope that the game remains fun. Right now, initially, as the game's a couple of weeks old by now at the time of seeing this video, I would say that the game has been a really enjoyable experience so far, especially from a camo grind point of view and from a nuke point of view. Like I said, I haven't intentionally set out yet using any of the sort of guns in themselves to go and get a nuke. It just seems to be that the ones I've got so far are completely spontaneous. Like in episode 1, which I said is linked in the description below and on the channel, I literally started off the game with an M15, albeit, but I was going for the launcher camo kills, so they're using the grenade launcher under barrel, and it just so happened that I wasn't dying, and I thought, you know what, let's try and go for a streak here. I find the Dravik on the floor, and we end up going and getting a nuke on raid domination, or I think it was raid kill confirmed actually, and then in this one, it's the same thing. I'm going for point blanks, and we pick up an M15. It's funny that we see the same gun that I'm calling overpowered and broken, and that is the gun that I funnily enough get the 2 nukes with. I literally haven't used this gun all that much, and in the 2 games that I did use it, which is where I got the 2 nukes, I ended up getting a lot of camo progress towards them, and like it just kind of proves my point as to why this gun definitely, in my opinion, needs a nerf, and it really does throw out the scaling in terms of being consistent across the board with all of the TTKs. I think this gun, if it was tuned and just nerfed a slight bit, we wouldn't need to buff any of the other guns, because if you're buffing all the other guns, we're just further ruining or sort of shortening that TTK, which reduces the skill gap. Therefore, by reducing or just nerfing this gun, I think we might fix some of the problems, and seeing as it's like the first literal gun that you get in this game, I think it should not be this broken. And typically in the past CODs, you used to have to unlock the higher level guns in order to have the more broken or sort of meta-worthy weapons, and it made sense. Like, it's not like a battle pass cheese where you got to buy the battle pass to get the most broken gun. It just simply incentivizes you to grind through your levels, and kind of gives you that sacrifice that if you prestige, you are compromising yourself from being able to use use the meta guns, but at the same time, that is what the sacrifice used to be. You used to sacrifice your prestige level to get to that max prestige by having to use other weaker guns, whereas in this game it seems a slightly different. So I definitely thought that was worth mentioning. But other than that, I think going forward we're going to continue to produce more content for Black Ops 7, where it's the camo grind progress as we're getting Singularity, we're ever so close now, as well as Infestation on zombies, and then I'm going to get around to doing the Genesis camo online, on the campaign, in cold campaign, and the endgame mode, and then we'll get around to doing the Warzone master camo as well when that effectively comes out. And I cannot wait to get all 4 master camos, as well as continue to grind out this Nuke series, and hopefully episode 3 will be of a new map and also new guns. So hopefully stay tuned for that one in case you guys have enjoyed this journey so far. And there's also going to be some 100 kill gameplays coming out, as I've just also got my first one, which I actually got using the Velox burst pistol because I was trying to go for headshots on hardcore, and we ended up getting flagship hardpoint, and it just so happened to be an absolute heater. So that'll be coming out in a couple of days time, so stay tuned, look out for that one, and hopefully you've enjoyed this journey so far. And so stay tuned and look out for more future content on Black Ops 7. I'm Vision SGen, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.